Spotty, are you ready for a garden tour and to see how good it looks? Let's go. Alrighty, in this first bed we have my cucumbers, my zucchini, my radishes, my nasturtiums, I said it right, calendula. Look, I'm gonna go in there and get you in there to see. I have cucumbers. These are Market More cucumbers. And they are doing, I replanted two because one of them died. And they are doing really well. Very pleased. All from seed. Calendula from seed. That's a companion plant, and it's good for pollination attractors and fighting pests. Carrots. The carrots are so little, but there's a row there. You could see the radishes. The radishes are probably almost ready to come up. They're the French type. They're long, not round. I preferred that. There is a second sowing of radishes there. That's my zucchini. More carrots. Carrots are slow as can be. Here is my tomato, pepper, basil bed. Let's see if we can get a good shot here. I'm going to put this on the ground and just... It is really doing well. These are Jet Star. I'm going to need to tie them up again. But they're doing really well. I use the single stalk method, so I pinch out any new growth in the V's of the plants. But yeah, these guys are ready to get a second time. These are my nada jalapenos, which are not spicy jalapenos. Let's see. That darker spot is carrots. I had to reseed because the first time did terrible. I don't know what happened. And then there's more. I have 4 of the Jet Star tomatoes. And I actually have, I'm going to try to get in there so you can see it. I already have a tomato. I don't want it to break off. But that's a tomato there. And can you see? Right there is another one. I also put marigolds, calendula, and basil because, I mean, come on. You're not really Italian if you're not growing basil. Marigolds make excellent companion plants. Look at this guy going blurry. For pests. This bed here is the green bean bed. I'm going to have the green beans climbing up the vine. You can see them there and here. This one only has 3. The 4th one hasn't come up. That one I got full germination. And then these are the Craig's Grande jalapenos. And they're finally starting to come up. They were looking really pitiful for the longest time, but they're starting to look good. 5 of those, calendula in here too, and also beets, as well as marigold back there. The little green is beets. Now, I've read conflicting things. Some say beets and beans don't mix. Another chart I saw said, oh yeah, beets and beans. So we'll have to see. Once again, this is my herb bed. I pulled out the parsley. We have the oregano and thyme, which I really cut back because it was monstrous, and my lavender. This is my other tomato and tomatillo bed. This is alpaca tomatoes. They're doing really well. Them two, they're going to need to be reinforced up the vine. And there's basil. That's borage. Beautiful borage with such a pretty blue flower to attract pollinators, bees and butterflies. Now look at the tomatillo. The tomatillo has just gone crazy. It's doing so well. I am so pleased with it. This is the first time I've ever grown tomatillo, and I did it from seed, all from seed. Now tomatillos, you can't just have one. You need at least 2 because they have to be pollinated. I also read that you cannot do like you do pumpkins and watermelons and zucchinis, meaning pollinating it with a Q-tip or a paintbrush. It says it does not work. And if I'm not mistaken, that might be, I don't know if it is a tomatillo. We'll have to see how it goes. But I have radishes, and they're doing really well. I did them in an L shape, and I wanted to see if I could find one that needs to be trimmed, and I don't, because I just thinned them out to show you how to keep it on a single stem, but I'm not seeing any. This is my other pepper bed, which, to be quite frank, is a bit of a disappointment right now. I'm hoping that'll change. These are Arjvarsky peppers, looking much better finally. I had to replant another. I direct sowed seeds because I'm not having any luck for some reason sprouting them in solo cups. These, oh, I wonder, Marconi, maybe we'll get lucky. I'm not sure if that is a Marconi. We'll find out. Marconi peppers. That's a reaper, and I did a second reaper because the first one kicked. Nasturtium, and in here we have I'm gonna turn you down so that you can see it. I did just a pot of nasturtium and snapdragons. I cannot tell. This one I did in a peat pot, and so I put it in here. This might be, it's so stinking small you could barely see it. That might be snapdragon coming up, but these are the nasturtiums. In here is my strawberries. I have lost 2, which you can see in there and there. I don't know why, but I did. I had 10, I now only have 8. And as you can see, there are strawberries on there. I also put borage here, same thing, to attract pollinators. Also, scattered throughout, I did pots of mint. Mint is excessively invasive, so keeping it in a pot controls it. The watermelon is doing great. I cannot wait to start getting watermelon. Okay, so in here, in this little divot right here, is summer squash. I only did 1 because I don't need a ton of it. So, just like zucchini. 1 zucchini, 1 summer squash. This back, the dark line is, I had to reseed lemon sunflower. I don't know if it's going to come up. I'll be putting these 2 eggplants in here as well. And I did hyssop, which is a good pollinator attractor and an herb. Next, and they are coming up, more sunflowers, and then corn, peaches and cream corn. Each one came up. This is the second sowing that I did either Thursday or Friday, so that should be coming up soon. And it looks, so far the first row looks great, and I will succession plant. This way I'm not picking corn all at once. I'm so glad that the rest of the sunflowers are coming up. I had to reseed because I lost some, so we'll see what happens. Like I said, I'll be putting those eggplants in, but it's looking really well. That beautiful garden sign is from my daughter Victoria, my granddaughters. Oh, you know what? I do think that is a tomatillo, guys. Right there. All right. Well, I'm keeping my fingers crossed. But it's looking really good. I'm very pleased with it. I'll show you some of the flowers real quick. I think I told you I put nasturtiums, different ones. The for originals are orangey and red. These are going to be like a coral. But over here, see how I have my mint. I also put more gnats in there. Okay, the back wall is all sunflowers. And I did drop dead reds, mammoth, gray stripe. We have zinnias that I just planted. They're not coming up yet. Those are all Cosmo. I think this, I'm not sure what this is. Oh, I hear that chicken. She must be laying an egg. Yeah, Cosmo. Some come up, bing bang, 1, 2, 3. Other ones, slow. This is a, oh, you're really clucking. A giant zinnia. My gladiola. More sunflower. I am really happy, and I keep each about 5 days to a week I put more seeds in, so I'll just have lots of, you could see the radishes a lot better from the side, but I keep planting every few days to weeks so that I have flowers coming all summer long. There's another cucumber there, and soon I'll be tying this guy on here. But I'm so happy I have a cucumber already. Zucchinis are so prolific, they'll go like crazy. My kids, they play badminton during the summer, so my son put the badminton net back up after being closed for the winter, and I'm going to show you my pumpkins. I put my pumpkins in a different place this year. I wanted them to have room to just go wild, and we did a few different types. You can see they're sprouting. Unfortunately, this one back there, no go. That's okay. But we have, these are giant pumpkins because my kids love to carve, so I went with the big. These here, I did 4 Cinderella pumpkins. And then these are princess style pumpkins. And then I did one more, I think it's called Mammoth, but it's the giant pumpkins. So this year pumpkins are going to be over here and just trail because it was just too big for my little square foot garden. This is my pomegranate tree. You could see the beautiful red flowers. Let me get on the other side and you might see fruit starting to come. Yep, that is going to be, this is how you can tell. That'll be a pomegranate. And I have to make sure I keep it watered because it gets so hot here and it's too much for it. So it's coming along well. I'm really pleased with it. It brings me a lot of joy. It's looking good. Oh, the solar lights. Heather from the Needy Homesteader did it, and I loved the way it looked, so I put them in my garden. Fingers crossed that with it being somewhat lit at night, it keeps little critters away. But so far, so good. Alrighty, friends. Thank you for visiting with me today, and I hope you enjoyed the tour. Until next time.